I know what to do. It's 7:30. Oh, it's Michelle.
Oh, sorry, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
You guys need to mute yourself.
So I'll repeat myself. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good to see you.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
I couldn't figure out why no one's answering me. I was unmuted. But
Shabbat Shalom.
and the host muted me again. It's the host tonight. I think we're all going to be probably starting momentarily.
How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't sure who you were talking to. Was it?
You.
Oh, good.
How's my friend?
Good. We just finished watching the Warrior game, which was very exciting.
Wonderful.
I had to watch it.
Warriors were doing great. Oh, Ronnie.
Yeah, they are. So are the Niners.
Football tomorrow till our brain rots.
What?
Football tomorrow until our brain rots.
Yeah.
R-O-T-S. Rots this weekend.
One after another.
Yeah.
We have to go. We got tickets.
You know you're going to be there?
Yeah.
Ah.
You have an umbrella?
I have an umbrella. I have rain boots. I have a poncho. You name it.
Nothing holds you back.
Well, how long have I been going? It's
I
been
know.
forever.
I'm just saying, nothing holds you back.
Wait, now where are your seats?
310. We're in a handicap section, so nobody's in front of us or behind us.
No, I can't relate to numbers. I'm saying like end zone, 50-yard line.
Yard line.
50?
20.
Whoa, now you're
It's on
talking.
the third deck.
Is that good?
We're fine.
Good. Uh-huh.
It's nice.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, we're in the handicap section, so there's nobody behind us or nobody in front of us.
Fantastic.
That's nice.
We got it because my husband, and now the poor man's watching from heaven, but that's okay.
Bring a sign.
No.
Nah.
You moved. In my screen, you were down here. Now you're up here.
Someone's on an iPhone.
Hey, it's about time.
There she is.
We've been worried sick about you.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat Shalom.
I guess we.
Okay, to our friends on Zoom, if you can make sure that your camera or your microphone is muted, that would be very. Okay. Okay, we are going to get started with services. Thank you everyone for being here. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for your patience. We had a little bit of a technical glitch, but we are ready to go, up and running for this Shabbat. So make sure that you for our AV team, make sure that you close out of the YouTube so that there's not the echo. There we go. There we go. Ah, it's so wonderful to be here. Let us take a moment to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and to feel grounded in this Shabbat. We are going to begin with a nigun to get us into the Shabbat spirit. Yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da da da, yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da da da, yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da da da. Yada da 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 da, yada da da da, yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da da da. Yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da da da. Yada da da da, yada da da, yada da 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 da, yada da da da, yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da. This Shabbat, we are remembering Martin Luther King Jr. and the wisdom that he brought to the world and the legacy that he leaves for all of us to continue doing the work of civil rights and racial justice and equity. So throughout the service, we're going to hear various quotes of his or various excerpts from his writings, from his speeches, and hopefully that will help us to feel inspired this weekend. Before we get into that, though, we have to light the Shabbat candles, and it is my pleasure to invite Jerry Ann and Sarah to light our Shabbat candles. They will start off with a reading on page 126, and then the candle lighting blessing is on page 120.
I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. But to love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us, and to bring that vision to life. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu for our first quote from Martin Luther King Jr., we'll hear from Sean Rahman.
Turning hate for hate multiplies hate, adding deeper darkness to a night already devoid of stars. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.
Thank you. We are on page 132, where we sing the words, Or Zarua Latzadik O Yishre Lev Simcha. Light is sown for the righteous, radiance for the upright. Yadada, 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 or Saru alat Sadiq. Yishrei lev simcha, or zaru alat tzadik, Yishrei lev simcha, yadada, 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 yadada. We continue welcoming in Shabbat on page 138 for the words of Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kalai Alalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kalai Alalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Shamor Vezahor Bedibur Echad Ishmianu El HaMeyuchad Adonai Echad Ushmo Echad B'Shemu Tiferet V'Litzlilah Lecha Dodi Likrat Kalai Alalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kalai Alalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Likrat Shabbat Lechuven Ki hi mekor habracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof maaseh b'machshavat tchila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kalai Alalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat B'nei Shabbat Nekabela. Please rise in the ways you're able. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha uvetzohala, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Please be seated. Teach me a blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. We're on page 146 for the words of Baruch Hu. Please rise in the ways you are able. Yai Laila, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai Lai, Yai Lai Lai Lai, Yai Lai 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 Lai, Yai Lai 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 Lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai lai 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 lai. Please be seated. For our second quote from Martin Luther King Jr., we'll hear from Michelle Eisenbruck.
This was penned by Martin Luther King Jr. in a handwritten note from the mid-1960s. Love is the greatest force in the universe. It is the heartbeat of the moral cosmos. He who loves is a participant in the being of God.
We are on page 150. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. The next page. Shema ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, emet. For our third Martin Luther King Jr. quote we'll hear today, I invite up Michelle Mata.
My friends and co-workers of the state of Alabama, and to all of the freedom-loving people who have assembled here this afternoon from all over our nation and from all over the world. Last Sunday, more than 8,000 of us started on a mighty walk from Selma, Alabama. We have walked through desolate valleys and across the trying hills. We have walked on meandering highways and rested our bodies on rocky byways. Some of our faces are burnt from the outpourings of the sweltering sun. Some have literally slept in the mud. We've been drenched by the rains. Our bodies are tired and our feet are somewhat sore. But today, as I stand before you and think back over that great march, I can say, as Sister Pollard said, a 70-year-old Negro woman who lived in this community during the bus boycott, and one day she was asked while walking if she didn't want to ride. And when she answered no, the person said, well, aren't you tired? And with her ungrammatical profundity, she said, my feet's tired, but my soul's rested. And in a real sense this afternoon, we can say that our feet are tired, but our souls are rested. They told us we wouldn't get here. And there were those who said that we would get here only over their dead bodies. But all the world today knows that we are here, and we are standing before the forces of power in the state of Alabama, saying, we ain't gonna let nobody turn us around.
And with those inspiring words, we think of another time when our people were walking a long ways as they were wandering, before they even wandered through the desert, when they were making their way to the Red Sea. So we are on page 158, and no one is turning back around. Ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la la ya la la la. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilo dosei vele, nora tehilo dosei vele. Malechutecha uvanecha bokei ayam livnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'elianu ve'amru, ze'elianu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ad. ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la. We turn the page and we ask God that we are able to lie down to receive rest, and that we can wake up tomorrow refreshed, renewed, and excited for whatever it is that tomorrow brings. Let's pause for a moment and think about the rest that we need and the rest that we wish for others in the world. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim Shalom. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim Shalom. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. We turn to page 164 for the words of Tefillah. Please rise in the ways that you are able. Adonai sepatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Kornei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevig Ula Livnei B'neihem, Le'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor leolam Adonai, mechaye hakol atah rav lehoshia. Mashiv haruach umorid hagashem. Mechalkel chayim bechesed. Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noblim verovei cholim. Umatzir asurim. Umekayim emunato. Lishenei afar. Micha mocha ba'al geburot. Umido melach. Melech memit umechayeh. Umatzmiach Yeshua, ben elmanat halachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayed hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please take a moment for your own silent prayer and feel free to be seated after your prayer is complete. Page 180. Oseh shalom bimromav uyaseh shalom aleichem ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imer amen. Oseh shalom bimromav uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol In a moment, I'm going to share an excerpt from Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech delivered August 28th, 1963, during the March in Washington. I shared this particular excerpt, noting how sections about the experiences of Black Americans are often removed from the words we share of his. We like to find the stuff that's universal, which is nice, and there's a lot of good universal stuff in there, but there's also an inherent rooting between his words and his experience as a Black American. I also share this excerpt to encourage us to reflect on the ways that these scenarios are, in fact, still present in the world we live in today. Police brutality, feeling targeted or unsafe in certain neighborhoods, racial inequity in our court systems and prisons. Racial inequity goes on far beyond this as well, to the extent to the still existent pay inequity, the disparity of maternal mortality, where Black women are over 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes, racial inequity and access to clean air or water or soil, and the active work to erase slavery and racism from our history books in schools. Sometimes we do have moments where we can identify the dream accomplished. Friend groups with people of various backgrounds, history books that show not only a Black president, but a female Black vice president, interracial couples. These all are wonderful examples of the progress that we've made, yet we cannot allow them to block our vision of the fact that there is still work to be done, systems to examine, and dreams to dream. So without further ado, here is an excerpt from Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. We cannot walk alone. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. There are those who are asking the devotees of civil rights, when will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied as long as our bodies, heavy with the fatigue of travel, cannot gain lodging in the motels of the highways and hotels of the cities. We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto to a larger one. And we can never be satisfied as long as our children are stripped of their selfhood and robbed of their dignity by signs stating, "For whites only." We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and a Negro in New York believes that he has nothing for which to vote. No, no. We are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. I'm not unmindful that some of you have come here out of great trials and tribulations. Some of you have come fresh from narrow jail cells. Some of you have come from areas where your quest for freedom left you battered by the storms of persecution and staggered by the winds of police brutality. You have been the veterans of creative suffering. Continue to work with the faith that unearned suffering is redemptive. Go back to Mississippi, go back to Alabama, go back to South Carolina, go back to Georgia, go back to Louisiana, go back to the slums and ghettos of our northern cities, knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair, I say to you today, my friends. So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. Can you hear at zone? May this be God's will. We, with these words of wisdom on our hearts, we think of those who are in need of healing at this time. As my hand passes over your section, please feel free to say their name aloud or in your heart. And for our friends on Zoom, please feel free at any time to type those you are thinking of in the chat.
Daryl Smith, Adrian Brown, Craig Spiegel, and Ruth Baldwin. My sister Jean Allen, Kevin and Jenny.
We'll pause a moment in case anybody is still typing on Zoom. For those whose names that we've said aloud and those that we keep in our hearts, we turn to page 371 for the words of Misha Beirach. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Beirach imotenu mekor habracha bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We continue on page 586 with the words of Aleinu. Please rise in the ways you are able. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'goralinu hamonam. Va'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamelachim hakadosh baruch v'nechar v'haya Adonai lemelech kol ha'aretz vayom Echad Ushemo Echad. Please be seated. At this time, we keep in mind those who are no longer with us on this earth, but remain with us in our memories of them and in the ways that they influenced the way we walk this earth. This Shabbat, we are in the period of Shloshim, the 30-day period since burial for the following people. Richard Schoenstatt, remembered by Jill Mallison. And this Shabbat, we remember those whose yard sites occurred this past week. Please rise as your loved one's name is read. Selma Benjamin, remembered by Joe Eagle. Molly Bressler, remembered by Ted Bressler. Bella Hertzberg, mother of Michelle Eisenbrook. James Cahalis, remembered by Susan Toth. Sadie B. Kaiser, mother of Stanley Kaiser. Herbert Nagel, husband of Barbara Nagel. Manuel Phillips, father of Marla Morris. Judith Friend Silverberg, mother of Shayna Silverberg Reina. Paul Stein, remembered by Amos Picker. And Vera Wolbert, mother of Phoebe Weiner. We now invite all who are observing their first year of mourning to rise at this time. And we now rise as a community with our mourners as we say the words of Mourners Kaddish on page 598. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shmei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach kirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala uvizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitzpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh. V'it hadar, v'it aleh, v'it halal, shemei dekudsha, brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei sevel, ve'imru, amen. Zichronam libracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing, to which we say, amen. Amen. Please be seated. And it's my pleasure to invite David Benoon to share with us some words of announcement.
All right, if you could bear with me, I have 9 bullet points, almost 2 pages, so.
There's good stuff happening.
Torah Study is on a winter hiatus and will resume on Sunday, January 22nd at 11 a.m. on Zoom. With the numerous storms and flooding, Hebrew Free Loan can provide relief to Jewish individuals in Northern California and those who work at Jewish institutions facing financial hardship due to storm damage. For those who qualify, they can provide interest-free loans to help with various costs, including temporary lodging, loss of income, emergency home repairs, or replacing belongings. If you'd like to learn more or would like to apply, please visit www.hflasf.org/disaster. The Social Action Committee is accepting cash donations for Fremont's Clean Start program through January 27th. They will also be at TBT on Saturday, January 21st from 10:30 a.m. to noon. If you prefer to drop off with the tags on, adult-sized sweatshirts or sweatpants. Join us next week, Friday, January 20th, for a greening Shabbat service with special guest speaker Julie Sachs-Taller from URJ's Religious Action Center. She will discuss climate change. Experience Violins of Hope, Strings of the Holocaust. This is a project of concerts and educational programs brought to communities all over the world, featuring a collection of string instruments from the Holocaust era that have been restored. The instruments have survived concentration camps, ghettos, and many long journeys to tell remarkable stories of injustice, suffering, resilience, and survival. The Livermore Amador Symphony will perform 3 concerts using the Violins of Hope at Livermore's Bankhead Theater from February 5th through February 7th. The violins will also be exhibited at the theater from January 30th through February 12th. Look for the flyers on the table in the social hall, check the weekly, or go to our social action page on the website for all the details. TBT is participating in a Bay Area Synagogue's online art auction. Wall art, sculptures, and Judaica from various synagogues will be available to bid on, with the proceeds benefiting each synagogue seller. The auction will start on Tuesday, January 7th and run through January 30th. Look for a link to view or bid on the items in the upcoming weekly email. Save the date, Sunday, February 12th at 3 p.m. WTBT is kicking off the new year with a women-only event, Let's Mingle. It'll be an opportunity to schmooze and socialize. More details can be found in the weekly email. To help reduce the chance of spreading germs, we request that you please remask between bites and sips of the challah and juice and wine available for you after services. Thank you to Ryan Han and Encore Banerjee from Troop 153 for running AV. And thanks to Ann Anderson and Gigi Dornfest for representing the worship committee tonight. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And thank you to David for sharing those words of announcement. We are going to continue with some blessings. It's always good to continue. Once you start sharing gratitude, you should just keep the gratitude going. So we are going to start off with a family blessing. Please feel free to reach out to someone who you consider to be family. If you are not in the room with somebody who you would like to send this blessing to, please feel free to close your eyes and hold them in your heart. May God bless you and keep you. May God shine God's face upon you and be gracious to you. May God's face turn to you and grant you peace, to which we say, Amen. And now for Kiddush, which can be found on page 123 for our friends on Zoom. You can grab a sweet beverage, make sure that it is not water, and you have 1.4 seconds. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit hihu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim kivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol V'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat L'chaim. And a quick motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. We are going to conclude with words from our shared tradition between us and Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. The words are, let justice roll like a river, and kindness like a mighty stream. And that's how we will close this evening. Let justice roll like a river, and kindness like a mighty stream. Let the waters flow on forever, and let them wash over me. For every heart, for every soul, it's time we go find it once more. So what are we waiting for now? If not now, if not now, then when? What are we waiting for now? If not now, if not now, then when? What are we waiting for? Na 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 na. What are we waiting for? Na 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 na. Let the justice roll like a river, and kindness like a mighty stream. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Stay dry out there.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom to all.
Shabbat
Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
Hey,
shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Hey, Jack.
I hear you, Sonia.